Hello and welcome to GBR. You find us today racing with the guys from the MRC in the GT3 World Series. This is the final round. We have two races for this one, both at Sardinia. It will be layout B for the sprint and then layout A for the feature. So yeah, the sprint race being 20 minutes long and feature being 40. So we'll go through the grid after 10 minutes of qualifying. Dark Clark on pole in the Ferrari. In second place we have Hirocram in the Ford. In third we have Judge in the Ferrari. In fourth place we have Leeds in the Ferrari. In fifth place we've got Golden Brownie in the VW. Sixth, we have Fabuki in the Lexus. Seventh place, we have Fat Pickles. That's a nice little livery, this one, for the last round. I do say so myself. In eighth place, we have P-Gib in the Renault. Ninth place, we have Midnight in the Ferrari. And in 10th place is Moose in the Audi, another guest appearance for this one. He's done the round 9 at Alsace, and now he's joined us for the last round as well. So I'll get this race underway for this 20-minute race here at Sardinia. It's a shorter track than the feature, so away we go. The Ford there bogged down off the line as it has done all season, but Dark Clark there stays in first, Judge in second, Leeds in third, Hirocram fourth, Golden Brownie on the grass, but are we going to make it through turn 1 cleanly? Looks like we are. Everyone gets through nicely through there. Dark Clark there having to defend from Leeds early on. Oh, slight tap between the front two. Leeds goes up into first place now. We're going to have to defend from Dark Clark coming into this little banky boy right-hander. So Dark Clark and Leeds fighting there. Hirocram in third. Judge been dropped down to fourth. Hirocram has gone off wide there. Is he going to join on the racing line? Looks like he has, but it's going to cause a bit of kerfuffle as he slides through down the pack. Midnight there off the racing line, or even off the track there, coming down that little back straight. All a little bit messy from these guys on this opening lap, all a little bit tight. Fat Pickles there looks like he's been dropped to the back of the pack now, with all that little bit of argy-bargy in the middle part of that lap. But Leeds here leads the way at the end of lap 1. Dark Clark right up behind him, a little bit of a gap to Judge in third and Golden Brownie in fourth. A little two-way fight here, but Dark Clark uses the slipstream of Leeds, powers on past. Will he be able to be later on the brakes than Leeds, or will Leeds try and hold this inside line coming into turn 1? He does do that. Dark Clark's still there. Oh, a little bit of a jump off the curb there for Dark Clark on the right hander of turn 2, but Dark Clark thinks about going for the inside, has to pull out of that one, but that's all this battling at the front is allowing Judge, Golden Brownie and Hirocram just to catch up to make this a 5-way fight for the lead. A little bit of a gap to Midnight there in 6th, running out wide of Banky Boy, same as Fat Pickles there as well. So yeah, we've got 2 fights of 5 happening at the moment. Leeds leading away with Dark Clark just behind him. Judge there, yeah, he really has closed in on these front 2, which obviously has brought Golden Brownie and Hirocram into the mix as well for the time being. But yeah, we'll see how this one unfolds. Obviously, one little error here, and obviously that's the most possible part to get a penalty is on that last corner, the little right hand kink. So easy to run the tyres off wide. Judge there goes fastest. Hirocram goes even faster by another, just over half a temp. Dark Clark goes for the lead up the inside of Leeds. Leeds runs it out wide. Dark Clark slips through. So does Judge into second place. Dark Clark, there must have been a touch between Leeds and Dark Clark, so Dark Clark's out and have to back out now That's going to put him into the middle of this pack. But will he be able to hold third place? Golden Brownie there, not really been able to get through past, so Dark Clock done well there. Oh, Leeds got on the grass, and that kicked him off into the gravel. How's his rejoin? Luckily everyone misses Leeds as he comes back on track, but that's now put Judge into first place. We've only done 3 laps and it's absolutely chaos at the moment. Dark Clock does hold on technically to where he would have dropped in behind Leeds if Leeds has kept it on the track. So he gets second place. Golden Brownie in third place. That's probably getting a nosebleed of how high he is so far in this race. Aerocram in fourth, right behind, probably trying to use that power to just get past this Beetle down the start-finish straight. As long as he doesn't pick up a penalty, but looks like Aerocram's struggling a little bit on the speed. He's obviously going to struggle as well with Golden Brownie in the slipstream of Dark Clark. Aerocram, does he go for the move on the inside? No, he doesn't. He's going to stay behind Golden Brownie. Ooh, no, he does go up the inside of Golden Brownie. Golden Brownie went deep there into turn 1, but looks like Aerocram's got that move done. No, Golden Brownie's going to fight back into turn 4. A little bit of a tap there between the two of them. The Aerocram's now on the inside in towards Banky Boy, but this fight is just allowing Dark Clark and Judge to gap themselves at the front and just allow Midnight to get in on the action. But it looks like Aerocram's going to have this move done now up towards the end of this little back straight. Golden Brownie still looking racy, just goes for the move up the inside, runs it a little bit deep. That's just allowed Midnight as well, it looks like, to get past, has it? No, he's going to be on the outside of Golden Brownie now, coming into this final sector. On the outside, is he going to be able to hold it round there? Oh no, he's running a little bit deep onto the grass. But obviously he was right up behind Aerocram as well. Ooh, is that going to be a penalty there for Midnight? Yes, that is the penalty I was on about. Just running a fraction over the curbing. And you do drop back. Moose there in 6th place. A good start to the race for Moose. He was at the back, so he's slowly made his way through. Fat Pickles there in 7th. Fubuki in 8th place. Leeds now on his recovery drive. Fastest lap of the race last time round as well. In 9th place. P-Gib in 10th. Looked like lap 3 wasn't the greatest lap for P-Gib. 128.2. About 8 seconds off what everyone else is doing. Is Leeds going to be trying to go for a move on Fubuki? No, not at the moment, but he might try it into the right-hander before we go up the hill. Or is he not going to be close enough? We'll stay with these two. No, Fubuki isn't late on a little bit on the brakes at the right point, and keeps Leeds behind him. With the battle for the front between Judge and Dark Clark. Looks like Dark Clark is a fraction faster than Judge. Obviously was on pole was Dark Clark, so he knows how to get this car around the track. Obviously Judge was in 3rd, so yeah, it's going to be close for these two, I feel. Dark Clark there goes fastest of the race, half a second quicker than Judge. Goes to the inside to Dark Clark. Judge there doesn't even defend it, just lets Dark Clark go, probably thinking he can I think it is close for the championship between Judge and Aerocram coming into this final round. So Judge, all he needs to do is to stay ahead of him. Obviously if there's cars between them, even better. But if he can try and hang on to the rear end of Dark Clark, then hold it on quite nicely, not allow Aerocram to catch up. So what was that, 20.1? 20.1, yeah, pretty much exactly the same lap time the last time round between the two of them. Golden Brownie there in 4th place. He's got Moose in 5th now, with Midnight obviously after he served that penalty at the beginning of the start-finish straight. It's a horrible place to take a penalty. Oh, these two synchronised drift in there, coming out of that right-hander. Fubuki there 7th. Fat Pickle has dropped down to 9th place now. He was ahead of these two. A lap or so ago. Ooh, running out wide there into the penultimate corners was Fat Pickles and P-Gib there Yeah, Fat Pickle trying to get that dirt off the tyres as best he can down this start-finish straight, but that's just losing him time a little bit to Leeds in front of him. As we come in towards turn 1, Leeds there going to try and round the outside of Fabuki. Fabuki's giving him room, but he's going to be then on the outside for turn 3. But they'll really try and get the old switcheroo. Doesn't look like he can. That Lexus seems to be planted enough on the exit of the corners not to allow Leeds to get that cut back. Leeds he is looking up in the inside of Fabuki there into little Banky Boy. Can't seem to make that move at the moment. Fuel there, a little bit lighter fuel and a little bit worse on the tyre wear, so tyre wear not too much for this race at the moment. It looks like Dark Clark there has been able to just gap Judge in second place, 20.1 and a 21.2, so yeah, 1.2 seconds on lap 6. What's the difference this time? I think he's probably going to have broken the slipstream has Dark Clark. 19.6 to 20.3. Yeah, I think he's broken that slipstream to Judge, which is not what Judge wants with a fast charging Hirocram in that Ford in third place, 6/10 faster the last time round. Golden Brownie at 20.2 with Moose doing a 20.3 and Midnight doing a 20.4. So yeah, all these guys fairly similar on pace, 4th, 5th and 6th. Fabuki there, 21.6. Leeds 21.8. Fat Pickles 22.6 and P Gib 20.8. So even P Gib, he's got the pace of the guys in about 4th place or 4th, 5th and 6th. Just obviously that one little mistake that he's had in a league like this, one mistake and you can pretty much write your chances off of trying to get a podium with how consistent everyone else is and how even on pace everyone is as well. Like Leeds, you know, he had that one little mistake and he's dropped back to off the back of the pack and he just can't get past Fabuki. He's probably got a faster car underneath him, but this track being a fairly hard one to overtake, apart from really turn 1. But I think there's going to be a battle here between Judge and Hirocram now as we're coming up towards turn 1. Judge tries to keep Hirocram tight, but just going to have to concede that position now and let Hirocram go through. So I think for the championship battle between these two, that is not what Judge wants to see. Obviously it is what Hirocram wants to see, getting in front of his rival. I think Dark Clark in the championship is a bit too far away coming into the final round, but he's got about 3-second lead over Hirocram at the moment. With what have we got? 8.5 minutes to go, so another 6-7 laps maybe. Be interesting to see if Hirocram can catch up or will Judge try and push it to him and distract Hirocram from trying to get a win here. Golden Brownie still ahead of Moose and Midnight. Midnight just hasn't dropped off the rear end of that Audi since he served that penalty. So it seems that these two are fairly evenly matched in pace, even in different cars. Oh, Golden Brownie's picked up a penalty, probably for that last corner cut. Leeds, he has finally got ahead of Fabuki. Now will he try and push his way forward to catch up to Midnight and Moose, or will he have to put a fight along with Fabuki as Fabuki tried to look up the inside there of turn 1, but if anything it's actually cost him a little bit of time to Leeds. Fat Pickles, he's just pulled away a little bit from P Gib the last couple of laps, couple of attempts here and there. So looks like Fat Pickles is finally getting back in the groove after a few little off-road excursions. But, what was the lap times between Hirocram and Dark Clark? Half a second between them. So Dark Clark putting in fastest laps at the moment, really not easing off, even though he has pretty much wrapped up this whole championship. Wants to get as many wins and podiums and fastest laps as he can for the overall stats of the season. 19.5 and 19.8, judged there with a 20.5. Golden Brownie, he's now served his penalty and he's been overtaken by Moose and Midnight now as we come up to turn 1, so that's unfortunate there for Golden. He was doing well there, running in 4th. So one little mistake, which, as I said earlier, you get a mistake, we have a mistake, and it does cost you. It's cost Golden 2 positions there, but that's put Moose now into 4th place. Obviously he's probably absolutely sweating buckets seeing this black Ferrari behind him, thinking when is he going to actually make the charge and try and get past. But as long as I hit my braking markers, then I think the Ferrari's going to be a struggle. Does he go for a move here? No, he doesn't. He does stick in, stay behind. Does Midnight, doesn't go for the move in towards the right hand at the bottom of the hill. Looks like these two are just going to be locked in probably for the next 5 minutes as well, because since Midnight's been behind Moose, he's not left that rear bumper. He's there now. He has got past Fabuki. He is on the charge. See what this lap time is as well. 19.4. These guys are doing low 20s or low 19s that time round. Same lap time as Leeds as well. Golden Brownie obviously had the greatest lap there, a 21.2 and a 21.3. That would be because of the penalty that he had to serve. Fabuki with a 20.1. So Fabuki's just a couple of attempts off from Leeds, so he may be catching up to Moose and Midnight. P-Gib there, 20.1. Fat Pickles with a little half-second penalty. That's going to drop him even further behind P-Gib in this, on this lap anyway. He might fail to try and catch up to him before the end of the race, but Dark Clark there, he's got about 4 seconds over Hirokram now. So yeah, really is just opening that gap up. Obviously you're going to need to, because obviously Hirokram is really pushing it to try and catch up to Dark Clark, but just can't seem to keep the car on track in doing so. That hasn't hampered his speed down this start-finish straight, but yeah, another couple of attempts that time round. Just there, a couple of attempts slower as well. So yeah, the front three are just separating a couple of attempts apart from each other each lap. But Moose there, he is on a charge, 19.7, 2 laps in a row. And Judge there, 20.5 and the 20.4, so they're catching about 7 attempts a lap. Is Moose going for that podium? Starting at the back, is he trying to do the first challenge? I think it's going to be hard to get to first, but it's going to be a last podium for Moose. He's got 3 minutes to go, so about 3 laps I think left of this race, so we might get to lap 16 before the checkered flag comes out. Might be 15 for some other guys, depending when that 20-minute. Ooh, Golden Brownie taps that inside wall. That's giving him damage. Lee's there. He's just going to take that position away from him. Coming up the hill. That damage is not going to be helping Golden Brownie. He's doing so well early on in the race. Now he's just dropping back into the clutches of everyone else. Behind him, Fabuki there. He's even on his way forward. Compared to Golden Brownie, which, yeah, I don't know why he's just struggled in the second half of the race. Will Fabuki get Golden Brownie? Was that 22.1 and 20.20 dead? So yeah, 2 seconds faster. Fabuki, he's only about a second behind. P-Gib there in 9th place. I think he's a bit too far back. He's about 6 or 7 seconds behind Fabuki. And Fat Pick was about 2 seconds behind that as well. So these two having a battle for 9th place at the back. But yeah, Dark Clark off and away at the front. The real battle here is between Moose. Only a couple of attempts that time round. Obviously, when they catch up to the judge, they've only got to try and pass them, and only when they probably only get to lap 15 or it's only going to be 15, I think. That we're going to get for this race. I don't think they're going to be able to catch that gap up unless Judge has a little error. It looks like Leeds hasn't been able to catch up to these two. But Moose there still keeping ahead of Midnight. Yeah, so we're coming on to the final lap for everyone. So everyone's going to get 15 laps by the looks of it in this race. Just see in the background there, yeah, Fubuki has got alongside Golden Brownie now. As we come to start the last lap. Yeah, the Lexus clearly a lot better power than the Beetle. Golden Brownie's just going to have to slip in behind Fubuki. The tyre wear a little bit worse on the Beetle than the Lexus. Fairly similar across the board, I would say, for most people. Some have got a little bit better, some a little bit worse. But yeah, Midnight still just can't seem to get past him. He's literally been a car length behind Moose for about 10 laps, I'd say, and yeah, just hasn't been able to make that pass on Moose, or even challenge a pass on Moose in 10 or so laps. But we'll have to jump to the front as he comes through the final corner now. Dark Clark, he had a little bit of a scrap with Leeds early on, but he's been able to bring this one home for the win at Sardinia. B. Hirakam finishes in second. Judge is going to come home to finish in third place. Moose in fourth. Midnight fifth. Just behind. Leeds in sixth place. Fubuki in seventh. Golden Brownie dropped down to eighth. And P. Gibbs gone for a spin on the final corner. It's going to allow Fat Pickles to claim ninth place. You saw it all there in the background. If not, rewind at about 10 seconds and you'll see it again. But yeah, P. Gibbs will finish in 10th. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, and the feature race will be following shortly. Bye bye.